what's the invisible factor behind all success? Namaste everyone, welcome back to another video. This is Avinash Anand Singh, your coach, and today we're going to learn about something very powerful. We're going to learn about what's the invisible factor behind all success. You may go through a lot of books, you may go through a lot of videos, and they will all talk about something important. But the crux, but the core, the essence is what we're going to cover today. Was it one factor which can help you achieve tremendous success if you can develop a significant mastery over that aspect? So make sure you watch till the end to understand this. And before you start, a quick reminder, please subscribe to our channel if you have not done that, because every week we put a couple of videos out on these topics which can help you, propel you towards achieving greater success, greater mastery, greater fulfillment. And also do share the videos with people you will see them who are important in your life, because they can also benefit from these videos and improve their life as well. Let's start. So what's the invisible factor behind all success? You see, success requires hard work. It requires persistence. It requires reflection. It requires commitment. It requires your skills, your knowledge. All of these are very critical and no denying the fact. But for me, one of the most important part of success is, any guesses what it can be? It is your focus. This is possibly the most critical part of everything else, is the most critical part behind you achieving success or not achieving success, right? Focus is the single biggest important factor in your journey to achieve great things in life. And this is something which is so inside us. It's such an important part of us. We literally have no focus on where is our focus, right? And till the point you do not reflect back and work on improving this area of yours, improving this in your mindset, you would be stuck into things, into loops, thought patterns, emotional patterns, behavioral patterns, which you will not be happy about, which will stop you, and which will ensure you do not achieve the success you're desiring for yourself. So focus is very important. What is focus? Focus is synonym to what you call as your awareness. It is synonym to what you call as attention. It's synonym to what you call as your, where is your mind? You know, these are used in different ways. But if you go deeper, there can be certain differences between focus, between awareness, between your mindset, all of that as well. As of now, that's not the agenda of the topic. We'll simply understand what is focus, right? Focus is nothing but your mind concentrating at one place, right? In your mind, you have a different phases of mind. You have a memory, you have a intelligence, you have your imagination, and then you have something called as your awareness, your attention, right? And wherever you choose to put your attention is where your focus goes, right? So imagine it's like you, the consciousness, you, the soul, is regulating the spotlight into situations. It's actually a spotlight of your brain, of your mind, right? Which you, the consciousness, you, the soul, is using the spotlight to put in something. And the key is, when we put the spotlight, that's where you now are focused on. And that's where, from where information, understanding, or things starts happening for you, right? And now we'll go inside what are typical 4 important aspects of how focus impacts us. But before we do that, let's understand what are different kinds of focus. Primarily, we can divide focus into 2 categories, right? One is what we call as the internal focus, and second is what we call as the external focus. And both of these are very important. We may not have an understanding about this part, but these 2 are very important. What is internal focus? For example, you are watching this video right now. You're listening to my words right now. But as your external focus is on the video, on the screen, observing me and listening to my words, can you simultaneously take your internal focus somewhere else? Maybe think about what you ate for lunch yesterday, or what you'll be having tomorrow in lunch, or think about an urgent task we have to accomplish next week, right? So you see, your external focus can be over here on the video, but internal focus can digress. It can go somewhere else. Now, your external focus is somewhere else, internal is somewhere else. So there is a division of focus, right? And the moment the focus divides, suddenly what you are hearing from outside, what you are listening from outside will not find an entry point inside your brain, because your brain has now engaged with the internal focus, which has gone somewhere else, right? So constantly, both of these spotlights from our brain keeps on working out. The moment the spotlight merges, your internal focus merges with the external focus, the moment those two merges together, you come into a state of flow. You come into a state of so much attention and awareness that you can capture things, understand things very fast. And that's what is one of the secrets of people who are very successful. They regulate their focus consistently, consciously. They ensure that both of this internal and external is at one point. And that's where learning happens very fast. That's where great work happens very fast. So at any given point of time, your internal focus can be many at different places. You can think about the past, what has happened. You can think about the future. If you're thinking about the negative future, you're feeling anxious. If you go to a negative past, you're feeling sad. So whatever you're doing, your internal focus keeps moving. And if you're not conscious, it will keep moving to places you do not want to go, for it to go. Your internal focus can keep on thinking about things which are not important for you, but it still will drain your energy. Second, your external focus, right? Now, internally, you're thinking about something, but your external focus goes on something. For example, you're going outside on the road, you see a garbage bin, and you start focusing on the garbage bin. Now, external focus on the garbage bin will also influence the data, the information coming in your brain. It will also influence your emotional factor, right? So are you physically focusing on something important or something which is not important? Are you externally focusing on watching videos and things which are not important for you, or putting the focus external on something which are important for you as well, right? So focus is the single biggest factor which you can engage in, which you can master, which can help you really create great success. And let's go deeper in exactly what are the four key points which are linked to focus, which determines whether we succeed or fail. Let's go to the first point. The first most important point which is linked to focus is, you see, in your brain, information will enter and you process that information. And based on that information, you think, you act, you feel. But what is the entry point of the information in your brain? And that is your focus, right? Information cannot enter your brain until you are focusing on it. For example, if I ask you, think about how many crimes has happened in your city yesterday, right? Or day before yesterday. Now you have no idea about it. But if you start now putting your focus on going to the Google and scanning through news to understand this information, guess what? After an hour's time, you will have information that in Delhi, in Mumbai, in Pune, in last 1 week, these many crimes have taken place. Now, once that information comes in, now you are thinking about that information. You're feeling about that information. You are feeling positive, negative, fearful, courageous, all of that depending on the information you consume for yourself, right? So in your brain, if this is your brain, right? In your brain, the information comes from depending on where is the spotlight, right? And the spotlight is what is your focus, right? And the spotlight opens the gate. It opens a doorway inside your brain for the information to travel inside, right? Now, if you are not careful about the spotlight, if you're not careful about the internal focus on what I'm putting my mind to think, or if you're not focused about where is my external focus, what kind of people I observe, what kind of places I go to, what kind of situations I'm engaged in, or what I'm physically focusing on, my goals, my vision board, or maybe a news, it will simply end up sending tremendous information to the brain, and your brain will keep processing it, thinking it's important, and it will keep affecting your life, right? So if in your brain you do not restrict the flow of information, the same brain will make you think, feel, and do things which are not important for you in your life, right? So all of that happens when you start focusing on, start restricting and putting a control on where is your focus going to be, right? And this spotlight which you put inside in the world outside is very critical. For example, great people, they are obsessed by this. Their consistent focus is on improvement, achievement, success, making a business, building, growth. They consistently, internally and externally, focus on these things. And that's why they're so consumed by that idea and they achieve those results, right? So the first important point is focus determines what enters your brain, right? Let's go to the second point. The second most important part with focus is your focus determines what you feel. Any given point of time, your focus is influencing your feeling. Now imagine this. You have a beautiful day, right? All has gone well for you. You spend time with your family, loved ones. You're all very positive, You're all thinking very good. And life is happening very well. And one fine day, suddenly, you remember a time of your life when somebody in your work, in your job, has insulted you. And your mind now, your internal focus goes to that event. Or this person insulted me. Now what happened? If you be aware, in that moment of time, instantly, your feeling will shift towards negative feeling. All was good. Because your internal focus shifted towards an incident of your life which was not good, instantly it created a feeling, an emotion not in the past. The event happened 5 years back, 1 year back, but the emotion you feel is in this moment right now. So your body is now witnessing a negative emotion for an event which happened 5 years back. Can you relate to this, right? But imagine your life is all good right now. Why should it be negative? Because your internal focus has gone on something which was negative. Similarly, if you let the internal focus go on towards recalling a positive moment of life, something happened beautiful, a compliment, appreciation, that can bring in what? A positive feeling, right? So your feeling is influenced by where is your focus moving on, internal focus. Also your external focus. For example, all is good. You're happy, you're joyful, and you open that YouTube, you open Facebook, you open Instagram, you open Google, and you choose to go and read the news. You choose to listen to somebody, and that person, that news, that thing is talking about something negative. And as you put the focus on that information, it entered the brain processes it, and because the nature of the information was negative, you now start feeling negative. Inside you right now, you start feeling anger. But listen, your life is all good. Why are you feeling anger right now? Because you chose to consume an information which is now triggering a negative feeling inside you. Similarly, you can choose to focus on something positive, which can then influence a positive state inside you as well. Now you would say, okay, Avinash, it's good. Feeling negative and positive, how does it matter to me? It matters to you. Why? Your feeling influences your action. Your action comes from your feeling. If you notice, the days you are feeling very positive, you take certain actions. The day you are not feeling positive, you do not take certain actions. The way you're feeling down, negative, sad, you choose not to do your rituals, your exercises, take effort, and put effort, right? But the day you're feeling positive, you do those actions. So actions which are very important to help you achieve greater success in life, that depends on what are you feeling. And his feeling depends on where are you focusing on. Where is your focus? And focus can be on anything in the world which has no relevance to your life, which has no connection to your life, but that focus is influencing your feeling. And without you realizing, it becomes a loop for you. You are stuck in that loop. Also, feelings are chemical in the body. If you're consistently feeling anger, negative, sad, fearful, it's going to impact your immune system. It's going to impact your genes. It's going to impact your physical, emotional, mental health. And you would blame God, you blame destiny, you blame karma. You not realize that because your mental focus was consistently in consuming a negative information and the body, brain was processing it, that it impacted your health, right? So it's so important that you take care of your feeling, and your feeling mostly would come from where is your focus going on. If you can control your focus and allocate the focus to the right places, on right information, right things, it can always put you inside a positive feeling, and it can start a loop of positive action. You get the positive result, which makes you think positive, feel positive, act positive, and result positive. It's a very powerful loop. In fact, that's why great people, they go in solitude. They go in places where they can focus completely on what they want. They do not let the external world put things inside their mind and the brain, which can literally distract them from their work, right? So focus equals to feeling. It equals to action. Very, very important, right? Let's go to the third point. The third critical point is, what you focus on, you expand in life. So consistently focus on negative things, and guess what? You'll have a lot of negativity entering your life. Consistently focus on positive things is going to expand your life as well. So the rule is, whatever you focus on, you expand in life. You know how many times you watch a movie at night before sleeping, and on the same night you had a dream of that movie. And if it's a fearful movie or a wanted movie, for next few days, you kept on having that experience. And even you kept on attracting situations which was relating to that movie you saw, those kind of experiences, right? So the law of focus is, when you focus on it, expands. Why? When you put focus on something, what is happening is, focus also is a channel, is a vehicle through which your energy also flows. Your mental energy as well goes through where you're focusing on. And as this energy grows, the nature of this energy is, it amplifies, it activates, it expands that very thing you're focusing on. And once that thing becomes expanded, it has more energy to it, it brings that in existence. It brings that in your life, right? So if you want to become rich, focus on money. Focus on stories about money, rich people. If you want to become poor, focus on poor people. Poverty, ideas of poverty. If you want to become negative, focus on negative things. Whatever you focus on, it is certainly going to expand in your life. And if you can right now look back and reflect, where was your focus for last 1 year, last 3 years, 5 years, and what thing, you'll find that has expanded in your life, right? So at the invisible level, your internal, external focus, even where it's going, it expands those situations, those events, those things in your life as well, right? So choose yourself. What would expand your life? Why not focusing on that as well? And if you focus on positive qualities like love, joy, beauty, happiness, peace, compassion, it can expand even that positivity in your life as well. That's why a lot of meditation talks about, especially in positive psychology, focus on the positive qualities you have, positive emotions you have, what you want to grow in your life. So it's a very important factor, right? Let's go to the fourth one. The fourth point is about, how do you develop the mental focus, right? How do you develop the ability to concentrate your mind on something for a prolonged period of time so that it can help you learn, grasp, understand, and bring some quality work outside? And it's a very powerful tool you can practice for yourself. In our ancient wisdom, this was practiced by a lot of people. And recently I heard from one of the neuroscientists from Stanford, Dr. Huberman, who talks about this rule as well. What's the rule? The rule is very simple. The rule is your mental focus. Where is your mind focusing on? Your mental focus, which we can also say the internal focus, it follows your visual focus, right? Your mental focus, which is in our terms internal focus, it follows the visual focus, the external focus, right? So for example, if you put visually, your eyes, your external focus on something for a prolonged period of time, your mind starts focusing on it as well for a prolonged period of time, right? Now the idea is, if you want to develop mastery in something, you have to visually start focusing on those things. It might be cricket, it might be becoming a content creator, it might be becoming a podcaster. The moment you visually focus on those things, the more you focus on that, the more your mental focus becomes more stronger and bigger, right? Now the key here is simple. In the ancient time, the people talked about, to increase the visual focus, or the mental focus, they asked about tools like be in a dark room, put a candle, and for 5 minutes, just focus on the tip of the candle, right? The tip of the flame of the candle, right? And visually focus on that for 5 minutes every day. If you do that part, you're teaching your brain to concentrate at one single point. It's an ancient practice people do, or a simple practice would be, which what Dr. Huberman shared, Andrew Huberman. He said, before you want to read something, you are engaging in a certain critical task. How do you improve your mental focus? Is by training your visual focus. What he said was, in your room, find a spot which might be a few feet away from you, like the wall in front of you. Find a spot on the wall, right? And you start visually focusing on that spot on the wall. Maybe a dot, maybe a point, maybe a letter written, a word written. Put your entire visual focus on that point for 5 to 7 minutes time. And you can blink your eyes if you want to. And after 5-7 minutes time, when you have put the visual focus, then you start reading the book. Then you start consuming the information you want for yourself, or doing the task which is important for you. If you do that part, that particular 5 minutes process will improve your mental focus wherever you choose to put that focus for yourself, right? And I have done this. It works. I was reading a book, a certain complex concept. I did that part and I saw my internal focus was much more. I was able to concentrate much more properly on the particular task, right? See for yourself how it works for you. Simple tool, extremely powerful tool to regulate the focus, right? But if you come to our advanced workshops, we learn many tools of how to reprogram the brain, the concepts of neuroscience, neuroplasticity, different ancient practices of meditation, in which you can really train your brain, your subconscious mind, to upgrade and rewire it to really automate the process, and which can help you really on a consistent basis do remarkable work to help you achieve great success, right? So I hope you enjoyed this video, everybody. If you did that, do leave a comment. Also leave if you want us to cover some more videos on different topics. We'll be happy to cover that. And if you enjoy this video, it would mean a world to us if you can take the link and share this with people in your network who would benefit from this as well. Until the next time, everybody, be iconic and God bless.